so good to be back. Ooh, it's like we never left. Yo, what's good everyone? Thank you for tuning in to today's video. If you're new around here, my name is Aiden, and after a brief 2-week hiatus, we are back with my latest Air Max 1 pickup. So in today's review, we will be taking a look at the somewhat recently released Nike Air Max 1 in the Coconut Milk colourway. I know I'm late to the party. I did want to get this video out a lot sooner than I actually am doing. Unfortunately, the delivery did take a little bit longer than expected, and then unfortunately I was a little bit too busy to get this video done any sooner than today. With all that said and all that rabbit into one side, I personally am very excited for this one, so I don't want to hold you guys in suspense on the intro for any longer, so just sit back, relax, and let's go ahead and get straight into this video. So first things first, just like we always do, before we get into the shoes, let's just kick this off with the packaging. And the packaging you get is just your pretty standard red Nike sportswear box. If you've seen one, you've seen them all, and you've seen this one. Now if we do just take a quick look at the label, which reads, we do have the women's Nike Air Max 1 87, and this is in the Coconut Milk and Alabaster colourway in a UK size 9. Now that is the size label for anyone who wants to check it out. Take a good look, there it is. Now, I did actually order these, expecting them to arrive a lot sooner than they actually did. Unfortunately, it did take a few extra days. Almost makes me wish I'd have gone somewhere else for them, but that's just kind of is one of those things. And with all that said, if we do open up the box itself, on the inside, we do just have your pretty standard tissue paper in there. Nothing really much to see there. But then underneath that, we have what we came for. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and get straight into the shoes. So without any further ado, the moment we've all been waiting for, in hand we have the Nike Air Max 1 Alabaster and Coconut Milk colourway. Now I do actually feel like we covered these in my top 10 sneakers for April. I may not have. It's been so long since I actually recorded. I've completely forgotten everything. The rust is setting, and I definitely feel like I'm almost back to square one. So please bear with me throughout this video. We are definitely trying to get the kinks out of the armour for future videos. But April's definitely been very, very quiet for us. We did so many videos in March, I think maybe 10 or 11. The April, we've only done one so far because there really hasn't been a lot coming out that we've really wanted to get. Even this, I wasn't completely sold on 100%. As soon as I saw them, being that it's an Air Max 1, I was initially intrigued, but the first initial images I saw really didn't convince me that this is something I had to have. Considering how easy they were to get, it would have been rude to not at least get them for a review for the channel. So that's exactly what I did. But getting them in hand has definitely cemented my opinion on them. I won't exactly say what that opinion is. Hopefully you'll stay tuned to the end of the video so you can find out exactly how I'm feeling about these. But overall, I had to get them just to at least be able to give you this review. So if like myself, you are on the fence and you are wanting a detailed look at these, in this review, I'm going to tell you everything that you need to know from materials through to sizing. So by the end of this video, hopefully we can help you decide if this is something you want to get for your own personal collection as well. So just diving straight into this one, starting out with the upper to begin with. For this one, we do actually see a really nice combination of some good quality materials along with some pretty interesting textures, all of which have been combined on this Alabaster and Coconut Milk colour, which in my personal opinion definitely gives this shoe a really nice monochromatic look and feel. With that said, if we kick this off from the front of the shoe and we'll gradually work our way back. At the base of the shoe, we do have your pretty standard mesh material making up the toe box itself, which has then been accented nicely with our very first animal print with that safari design around the toe box on the mudguard. Now, as far as the materials are concerned, I feel like they are pretty much what you would expect them to be. There's nothing really to write home about in terms of the materials. The one thing I really wanted to focus on more so than materials was the overall shape of the toe box. Now, I'm by no means a professional. I'm still relatively new to collecting Air Max 1s, but just based on my personal collection and this one in particular, I would say the overall shape is actually pretty good. It's not as boxy as some of the previous Air Max 1 releases, and I would say that the overall sleekness to it, the overall design of it, in my humble opinion, has been done very, very well. So that's definitely something I kind of wanted to focus on, just in case maybe shape was important to you like it is to a lot of other people. The overall shape of these, I'm sure you won't actually have any issues with. As we then continue to work our way further back and get into some more of the details, on the U-throw we then have this very nice, soft to the touch, grey suede material making up the U-throw itself. And as we then work our way into the midfoot portion, this for me is definitely one of my favourite areas of the shoe, as we do have our second animal print. So at the base of the midfoot we do have what feels like a nubuck material, which has then been overlaid with this textile material making up this almost tiger stripe design to it. Now for me, I really wasn't sure about this shoe because of the colourway, but I've always absolutely loved this midfoot panel. It just, something about it called out to me, especially on those images. But seeing it in person, seeing it from my own two eyes, it's 1000% better than I was actually expecting it to be. Has a really nice soft texture to it, but it really has a really nice feel overall. It definitely adds to the value of the shoe itself. And I feel like that tiger stripe design, I'm hoping it isn't being washed out in this lighting. I will try and give you some good close-up images of it. And then also featured in the middle of the midfoot itself, again we do see more of that coconut milk colour. This time featured on this leather Nike swoosh, which is the same on both the lateral and medial sides. From there, we then work our way onto the ankle collar, just starting off with the top eye stays to begin with. The eye stays themselves have been constructed using this TPU material, and then around the eye stay, again, we do have more of that coconut milk colour. From there, we then work our way onto the ankle collar itself. Just like what we saw with the toe box, we do have more of that mesh detailing, making up the collar of the shoe itself. And as we then work our way onto the heel, this for me, again, is a very nice design choice, as we do have our third animal print, but this time it is more of a reptile feel to it. I'm not entirely sure what the actual material is that they're actually using, but all I can say, again, just from like a perspective of design, just in terms of how it looks and feels, again, a very nice design choice for me. And then also featured on the back of the heel, we do actually have that Nike branding looking very nice as always. Now, when it does come to the lacing options for these, you do actually get two different sets of laces. The laces that come in the shoes to begin with are, again, in that coconut milk colour, and they are just your pretty standard flat shoelaces. If you're not feeling how these look, you do get an additional set of brown or maroonish coloured laces. I'm not sure if this is what the alabaster is, so I'm just going to call it brown or maroon, just bear with me. And those are the two lacing options that you do actually get with the shoe itself. For me personally, I kind of feel like I'm leaning more towards just swapping them out for a standard flat white shoelace is probably the way that I'm going to go. Matches up very nicely to what we see with the midsole. I think it would actually give the shoe a really nice pop as well. So I feel like overall that's the way that I'm leaning. Just take that with a pinch of salt. If you're not feeling that, go with whatever you prefer. But I think overall you really can't go wrong with either leaving it as it is, swapping it out for these, or even going with a white set of laces. Overall, either lacing option will be absolutely fine. And then just beneath the lace themselves, we do have this very nice, soft to the touch, satin material make up the tongue itself. At the top of the tongue, we then have a sail tongue tag, which does also feature that Nike Air Max branding. And as we then work our way onto the inside of the shoe, we do have your pretty standard all cotton sock liner, which is actually very nice and soft to the touch. As we then continue to work our way even further onto the inside of the shoe, we do just have your pretty standard insole in here, and it does also feature that Nike branding once again. And then just to close out in terms of the details, as we do work our way down to the midsole, we do have a polyurethane midsole with that visible air unit towards the heel. And if you do look closely at the air unit, it does have a really nice brownish maroon tint to it. Very nice in my opinion. And then as we do work our way onto the outsole, we do have your standard Air Max 1 style of outsole with that waffle design. Again, it has been done in that very nice combination of coconut milk and alabaster. That's more so at the front end of the shoe in terms of the toe box area. Again, overall, a very nice design choice for me. And then when it does come to the overall sizing for these, like I alluded to at the start of the video, I just went with my natural true to size fit, and that's what I'm going to recommend that you guys do as well. So if you are looking to add these to your personal collection and you really want to try them first, fortunately enough, these are sitting at most major retailers, so just head down there. But outside of that, just going with whatever you typically wear in Air Max 1s is definitely what I'm going to suggest you guys do as well. And then outside of that, we've covered everything that you need to know. So if we now just go ahead and just wrap up this video. So just to wrap up this video so you guys can get out of here, in terms of my overall opinion on the shoe itself, to give these a rating, I'm going to say they are a very solid 7.5 out of 10. I feel like I say this quite a lot when it comes to Air Max 1s, but I definitely like these a lot more in person than I was actually expecting to. That definitely has a lot to do with the overall material choices and the overall design elements of the shoe itself, from the safari print to the tiger stripes to the reptile skin around the heel, and just the overall quality of the materials has definitely really sold me on this shoe. I did say at the beginning it cemented my opinion, and it has cemented the fact that I will actually be keeping these around in the personal collection. It was a little bit touch and go. I really wasn't sure how it was really gonna go, but getting them in hand, really taking a closer look at them, I definitely feel like this is definitely worthy of sticking around the collection and even being something I wear fairly regularly over the summertime. This isn't a shoe for everybody. I feel like this monochromatic look to the shoe may actually put some people off because it's not necessarily the most wearable colour in the world. But I feel like with the right outfit, the right set of shorts, the right cargos, this could be a really nice option for any rotation. So for me personally, I'm going to give it a go. I'm going to keep them around and I'm going to be rocking these fairly heavy this summer. If you're looking for something a little bit different, a little bit of a head turner and not too dissimilar in terms of the category like the wild animals, where it's a very out there outlandish piece, something that's going to set off an outfit different to a regular GR release, then this is something I would recommend that you do pick up for your collection as well. With that said, it's pretty much all I really have to say about it. The only final thought I really wanted to say was that the QC on my pair was absolutely excellent. 10 out of 10. No glue stains, no issues with stitching, no marks on it whatsoever. So the QC from Nike was absolutely immaculate, and we don't say that often, so kudos to Nike for actually smashing it with the QC on these. But outside of that, I'd love to get your guys' opinion on it as well. So do let me know what you think of my rating. Let me know what yours is as well. And any other thoughts, do make sure to let me know in the comment section down below. And if you have stuck around to this point in the video, as always, I do just want to say a massive thank you. If you haven't already, please feel free to smash that subscribe button. Also, do make sure that bell notification is switched on so you never miss a video. And I hope to see you all again in the next one. Peace.